Hello, my name is Anjani Siegrist, and today I am delighted to read the astrology chart of Robin Williams. So we start off by first calling in sacred space and inviting all that energy in that Robin Williams represents, and all the planets and the particular alignment that was there the moment he was born. I always like to call in the elements of earth for support while we're learning something new, water for clear emotional currency, and air for those divine inspirations of the messages we can get from that wind, and fire for illumination, activity, and inspiration. So we're going to start now by looking at the lineage. The lineage we can see from the moon and the south node. So Robin Williams has, very interestingly, his moon is conjunct the north node, which to me is showing that his lineage and the things that he's mastered in this Pisces tribe are meant to be part of what he was bringing forth into this particular embodiment. Pisces moon is very universally loving, compassionate, kind, caring. This is basically the healer, the empath, the one who is feeling and sensing into everything. The south node is up here in the 11th house, which we would call the Aquarius job in the Pisces tribe. So with having all that sensitivity, I almost said sensibility, but that wouldn't be the right word. Sensitivity of Pisces. The Aquarius job is the one who has that brilliant mind, the cosmic perspective, and that big bird's eye view. So with all this emotionality, sensitivity, and empathy of Pisces, the Aquarius job in this tribe gives him the ability to have a sort of detachment from the particulars of all the, you know, sometimes with Pisces, it can get focused on the one, the one little things, but with the Aquarius job, it's able to have this cosmic overview of, all of that. The first things that I'm seeing is pain and suffering of the world, but it's not just that. It's also the ecstasy and pleasure and enjoyment of the world too. So just sensing into that feeling realm. So from that lineage, we're always going to be moving into the new school. We're never leaving this. This is just something that we don't have to do anything. We don't have to work. We don't have to really in Vedic astrology, it's like go away from the south node, go away from this place. But what I like to the way I like to talk about this is that we honor this. We don't have to reject it or turn away from it. It's just that there's nothing really to do here. You already mastered this. So for Robin Williams, he's moving into the Leo job in the Scorpio tribe. So we actually have the exact same, I call it the evolutionary axis. So I have same south node, Aquarius, north node, Leo. So north node north node down here in the 5th house, Leo job in the Scorpio tribe. He's got Scorpio rising. Scorpio rising as a new school is learning about intensity, about the mystery of death. This axis, so when we look at who am I, 1st house is the meditation on who am I. 7th house is the meditation on who are you. And this is known as the relationship axis. This pathway is about over here, death, disembodiment, what, the energy of whatever the thing is. Over here is full embodiment, pleasure, life. So this polarity is, the school that I study with calls it the path of Tantra. So that intensity and the force between full embodiment and full disembodiment. So, as a rising sign, learning these mysteries can be extremely powerful, electrifying, like sticking your finger in a light socket, electrifying. And it is that space between being terrified and terrifying yourself, sort of. Fear comes up a lot with Scorpio rising because there is a fearfulness about it. It's scary. It's Scorpio. It's the time of Samhain, October 31st. The Halloween time happens during Scorpio season. So there is this intensity and a little bit of a scariness about it. And Scorpio rising is learning how to take risks, learning how to be in that fire water, that intensity, passion, not getting killed by their own, sticking their finger in the electrical socket, and being able to be charged without killing themselves. So a lot of my friends who have Scorpio rising, which happen to be a lot because I have Taurus rising, and we're learning from each other. A lot of them do crazy things like skydiving and motorcycle racing. And so, okay, that's Scorpio rising. The Leo job within the Scorpio rising tribe is the one who is on center stage, standing up and showing up in a big way. Royalty, doing that, the cosmic thing that we talked about with Aquarius, and being able to be fully cosmic and way up here in the realms of technology, information, innovation, and then all the way over here where it's like little old me and this whole cosmic soup. That's the that full axis. I'm losing my words right now because I'm thinking about one of my friends who I just read his article about Robin Williams astrologically, and I keep seeing his face for some reason. My friend and Robin Williams both have Pisces moons. So as I'm speaking, I'm thinking of all the similarities between myself and my friend and this chart that I'm reading. So I'm going to take a minute to just breathe all my energy back into my center. Inhale all myself back into my spine, and then back to the chart. So Leo job in the Scorpio tribe is going to be bringing to the center stage this depth and intensity of Scorpio. So also what I want to look at here is up here on the midheaven, he's got Mercury and Pluto, which would, midheaven is our contribution to the world. Oh, funny. So the North Node is right above that. So even though this person isn't in a body anymore, I still feel like this material is showing us what that embodiment represented. And it is still very much alive, especially for people who have connections with him and with this material. Like, this is a snapshot of the moment Robin Williams was born, and he embodied this moment. And so I'm just going to honor this, that right now the North Node, which is the evolutionary, what we're going toward, our destiny, our purpose, and that's touching right on his midheaven. So maybe that's why this is coming up right now for us to look at, because this is part of our humanity and our evolution as humans. So this is a really tight conjunction between midheaven, Mercury, and Pluto. Midheaven is a contribution to the world. The way that he is showing up and the way that he is making his contribution to society. We all have this innate desire to contribute in some sort of a way. For Robin Williams, it had to do with speaking, being an ambassador for the underworld, and doing it in a big way on the center stage of the world stage. You know, this is Leo on the midheaven is showing up really, really big. And he definitely did. Bringing up everything that has to do with those hidden, mysterious, painful sometimes, disempowering versus empowering. Everything that has to do with power. Bringing all that up onto the center stage of all of our lives. He also has this Chiron connection. Oh, that's not Chiron. Chiron over here trying to these three things, which would say that there's this easy flow of energy between the alchemist, or what we've called the wounded healer, Chiron, the alchemist, connecting with all of that on the midheaven, says that there's this extra energy of being able to feel. There's an eroticism, an erotic flavor that comes in with Chiron. That tension between, also again, between life and death. That tension between, it's like an orgasm. The tension between life and death is like an orgasm. I just said that. I don't really know. I've been talking a lot about Scorpio this month. The tension between life and death. It is like an orgasm. They call it the little death in French when you have an orgasm. So putting Chiron here sort of brings an element of that ecstasy and pain, bringing that up to the midheaven into his contribution to the world. Another thing I want to mention here is this conjunction. So Mars in Cancer gives the way that he embodies the God, or his inner masculine, this flavor of being nurturing, caring, compassionate. I love Mars in Cancer because it's not feminine. People say that it's feminine, and I get it, you know, like we think of the mother, but there is also a father, and the father is also nurturing and loving and feeding and getting money for his kids and supporting. So his inner masculine, the way that he embodies the God, has to do with taking care of, nurturing whatever it is, projects, kids, relationships. It is more of a personal thing with Cancer. It's not like Pisces, who wants to love and nurture and heal and care for the whole world. Cancer is more about what it is endowed to. So his form of the masculine is a nurturer. But it's conjunct with Uranus, who is a change agent. I think this is a lot where the comedy comes in, because it's, you know, if you see him in those like live skits, and he goes back and forth really fast between something completely serious and sad and completely funny, and it's just like so changeable. So this conjunction with Uranus and Mars is sort of like that, bringing that element of rapid change, unexpected change. He may have had a lot of changes in his life that were rapid, you know, movements, bringing him into different states of consciousness and awareness. So this is also trying to the moon and the north node. So what I was saying earlier about his moon being conjunct the north node so tightly looks like bringing in those elements of his Pisces moon into his current life intentions. So when we say go away from the moon, for him, it's like not really, I wouldn't say that. I would say that those skills of having that universal love and compassion were very much a part of what he was bringing into his embodiment. So last thing I'll mention here, he also has Venus in opposition to this conjunction with the moon and the north node. So saying that his form of the goddess, the way that he embodies the goddess, brings in an element of that Pisces moon. And I wonder about his relationships with women, because this would say that he was interested in women or attracted to women who were dedicated to sacred work, sort of like that priestess energy. And looking at it, it's almost like, because the south node is conjunct his Venus, that either he might be attracted to women who have addictions, or he might be addicted to women, because the south node being so close to Venus makes me think about karmic patterning and addiction, and even what comes is like maybe he was a woman in a past life, or that feminine energy would somehow bring him into karmic patterning or bring him into addictions. And this is part of his evolutionary axis, evolving his habits and addictions, because the moon is here. So there's like a million things I could say about this. Super powerful opposition between Venus and his moon, and with the nodal axis being there. So I'll go ahead and stop here. I could go on, but what I realize about reading charts of people who aren't in their bodies anymore is, number one, not a ton of people are super interested in hearing about it. And the other thing is that it's really mostly just for me to relate. And I guess if other people feel a strong attraction to somebody. I've read Donald Trump, which I didn't have a strong attraction to, but he was triggering so many people that, I felt called to reading his chart. Prince, who definitely I got a lot from reading his chart, because it helped me integrate a lot of my own inner masculine things. Bob Marley, because I call him my spirit guide. I have dreams with Bob Marley at least twice a year, pretty much as long as I can remember. And I've also read Tupac, because Tupac was monumental in my adolescence and early 20s. So when you're listening to a reading of somebody who doesn't have a body anymore, it may be helpful for integrating your own material, but really nothing else. They don't care. We connect with this energy in different ways, so using the chart can be helpful, but also completely useless. So thank you so much for watching the video. Please follow my channel, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.